Hello pets, I'm Zeta Midnight and this is the Mini Monday Moments podcast, your one-stop shop for comfort, reassurance and support to start the upcoming work week with a positive mental attitude. Let's start as we mean to go on. There you go. Do you feel better? Yeah, well, you have been talking for a long time and, well, sometimes it's really helpful to be able to speak and be heard. Yeah, but that's not really what you wanted, was it? You didn't want me to sit here and give you solutions. Exactly, you wanted to be heard, so, I did what friends do. I sat you down, I gave you a hot drink, and I listened. And even I've got to say you look a whole lot better for it. Oh, sweetheart. Anytime, any place, it doesn't matter. That's what friends are for. I mean, I love you. I want to help you as much as I can. And if helping you means I just need to sit and listen and, feed you tea and snacks, then I'll sit here, listen and feed you tea and snacks. That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, maybe in just being able to vocalize your thoughts, it's easier for you to give yourself answers. Well, yeah, that's exactly the point. That's what I'm saying. I haven't told you anything. I mean, let's see, clock. Okay, we've been sat here for an hour and I've said maybe 2-3 words, but you came to me with a problem. You explained your problem. You talked to me about your thought process. And then you solved the problem on your own. I didn't do anything. Well, you can't see your own face. Okay, no, sorry, okay, that made sense in my head. Let me walk you through my thought process there, okay? You have your face, you have a face, and you know what it looks like, right? Yeah, you've seen yourself enough times, but as you go through your day, you can't see your face. You know it's there, other people can see it, but you can't see it, right? Sometimes you need a mirror to see your own face. Exactly. And in us sitting here and talking for a bit, I'm your mirror. You have looked into me, shared with me, and found your reflection. Yeah, so you have come to me, talked to me, I have listened, given you space to say what you needed to say, and you found your answers. You had them the whole time, just like you have your face the whole time. It's just sometimes you can't see it, sometimes you need a mirror. I know, right? It's pretty heckin' deep. Look, I have my moments, okay? I have my moments, and sometimes I can be quite deep and profound. Well, if I wasn't around, then you would find something else to reflect back at you. Okay, Here's a trick. I've done this myself and it's interesting, okay? Imagine you're out on a cold day, like really icy, like it was frosty the night before and in the morning, right? And your walk takes you past a pond, yeah? And the pond has ice on the surface, like it's frozen over. No, look, it does happen in this country, okay? Just not a lot, right? Yeah, it does get cold. But okay, stop distracting me. Let me tell you the thing, right? So imagine you've got a pond and it's frozen over, right? But it's all kind of misty because it's covered in frost and there's leaves on top and like little twigs and stuff, right? And you want to see what's underneath. But you can't do that without breaking the ice, okay? So imagine in this little scenario I'm painting for you, imagine you get down on your belly with a little stick and you start poking at the ice, yeah? And stop it. I know it's silly, okay? But it's the only way I can think of to explain what's in my head. So stay with me, okay? Just stay with me. You're down on your belly and you're using a stick to break the ice, okay? It's slow at first because there's no breaks in this ice, okay? So you're picking away, you're poking, and eventually you make a crack, okay? And then you have a focal point, so you can now work on that crack to make it bigger, and then you crack the ice a bit more and it starts to break up. Yeah, okay, right, you're still with me. So you dip your hand into the pond. Of course it's cold. You're ruining the stuff. You're being so difficult. I can see you feel better because you're cracking jokes at me. Just hear me out, okay? It does make sense, I promise. So you dip your hand into the pond and you pull out a chunk of ice, okay? And you can see, like, there's water underneath because it's not frozen all the way down. So you can see now, you can see your reflection in the water, right? But it's not all of your reflection because there's still so much ice around. So you have to break a bit more ice. Yes, you're getting it. Okay, so you break a bit more ice. You know, you dig your fingers underneath and you lift and it cracks some more, and some of the pieces, they like float away underneath the surface of the ice, and sometimes you get little pieces of ice and sometimes you get big, huge chunks, you know, but it's all progress. It's all of you spending your time like lifting chunks of ice out of this pond, putting them down beside you, and eventually you have a space big enough where you can see your whole reflection. Ta-da! I told you to trust me. I told you to stay with me. So that's kind of what this process is like. When you begin, it's all misty and foggy and you can't see anything until you start making little efforts, little baby steps, like coming to see me this morning. Yeah, that was you, I don't know, finding a stick and making the first cracks in the surface of that ice in that pond. And through you talking, you have been able to pull away more and more pieces of ice until you can see your reflection underneath. The answers you wanted, nice and clear. Fine, look, I realised this was the most convoluted way possible for me to explain what has happened this morning, but is that clearer for you? Do you understand? Do you have a glimpse of why I'm so proud of you today? Yeah. You came to me with your thoughts and your feelings. You shot them at me and I reflected them back at you, and everything you needed to know was already there in your words. Suddenly clear for you to see. And the answers you wanted, you dug for them. You broke apart the ice to get them. It was hard and it was cold and chilly and your fingers were numb. But by taking out a piece of ice at a time, be it small, be it big, you found your answers. Yes, well, that is Zita's emotional pep talk done for the day. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Please tip your waitress. Oh, man. I'm glad you feel better. You don't have to feel on top of the world, but you feel better. And that's all anyone can ask for at this point. Like, you've had a really crap time, let's be real. Any progress is progress. And yeah, I'm proud of you, but you should be proud of you too. That's way more important than anything, I think. Hey, I love you too. Oh, I tell you what though, all that talk about frozen ponds and ice and stuff, I need another cup of tea. Do you want one? All right, cool. Actually, come with me into the kitchen. It's warmer in there. Come on, come. Thank you for listening to this latest episode of the Mini Monday Moments podcast. I am your host, Zeta Midnight, and thrilled to be able to support you this week. If you have an idea or scenario you'd love to see as a Mini Monday moment, please submit your idea through the link in the episode description. I'd be pleased to record it for you and share it with the rest of the world. And if you've enjoyed this episode or indeed any other, I'd be honoured if you take the time to share, like, or even leave a review. These small steps will really help me grow and reach more people just like you. For now, I wish you a wonderful week that treats you as well, if not better, than the one previous. Be safe, be well, be healthy, and I'll catch you next week. Bye, pets. Mwah.